Welcome to the 7 Deadly Spotlight, guys. My name is Fuante, and for today's character spotlight, we're going to be talking about the Vitality Dreyfus. His first ability, Kingdom Swordsmanship, inflict 220% damage to a single target. Second stage is 300% damage and cleanses an enemy's buffs. Third stage of this ability is 400% damage and cleanses buffs and stances. His second ability, Collapsing, inflict 120% damage to all enemies. Second stage of Collapsing seals buffs and debuffs, but is still 120%. Third stage of Collapsing seals buffs and debuffs for 2 turns and inflicts 180% damage to all enemies. Dreyfus's ultimate, Breakaway Blade, inflicts 560% damage to a single target. Apply Fatal. If you guys do not know what Fatal is, it is 2 times critical damage. Dreyfus's passive, Concentration. When the character's ultimate gauge reaches max, the penetration rate of all allies doubles. Now, talking about what type of gear to put on this Dreyfus, as you can see, I have him on a tanky side. Reason being is because I kind of plan to use him like in PvP and some PvE bosses that have buffs and debuffs, so I can seal that with his Collapsing. You can build him with the crit hit, the crit damage, or you can build him with the attack and the crit damage. You can build him with the attack defense. All of these work well because he does have pretty good damage for an SR, and he just has the DPS built into his card to where going damage on him can work out pretty fine. But for me, I'm going to be rocking the classic HP and defense set. Now, what type of synergy does this Vitality Dreyfus have with the other units on the roster? I feel like he can pair well with the Coin Bond and the Coin Gauther. Gauther seals attacks, Dreyfus seals buffs and debuffs, and therefore the enemy just cannot move unless they have a cleanse. Now, I feel like he could be paired up with any character that seals attacks, and it'll just be like, wow, it's just, they just don't move. But I would say you would definitely want AoE sealing attacks. You don't want to seal only one enemy from attacking unless it's only that one enemy that you need to seal, because of the fact the rest of them is just not going to be that much of a difference if they go or not. For other synergies, this Dreyfus would work well, really well, with any character that has weakness on it. And if you guys are not familiar with what weakness is to deal 3 times as much damage to enemies with weakness. So wait, what? Enemies with weakness to enemies with debuffs. And Jericho, he would pair well with Jericho since Jericho has weakness. And I feel like he can work with the demon melee when he comes out, but that would only be like with his ultimate, since only his ultimate has the weakness. So and then the blue Meliodas that does have weakness built into his S1. So yeah, pretty much characters that deal weakness with him also have a really good synergy with him. But what kind of really makes him valuable is the fact that he does have that cleanse, buffs, and stance on his S1, which was the Kingdom Swordsmanship, and then on Collapsing, he seals buffs and debuffs, and it's an AoE anti-buff and debuff. Like, we have a lot of single target anti-buff and debuff, but he's one of the few that does an AoE anti-buff and debuff. And then he also has then he also has the cleanse into his S1. So having all of that in this Dreyfus's kit, it's really good, honestly. What do I overall think about this Dreyfus? I feel like he can kind of mess with the meta that's going on right now, the Coin Bond, Coin Gauther, and the King meta. Reason I say this is because just him and Gauther already is just okay. Well, let me just say it like this: just pairing him with the Coin Gauther, I feel like that could be a little game changing. Like, you don't even have to have the Coin Bond. The reason why I say Coin Gauther and this Dreyfus is because, as you may or may not know, Coin Gauther seals attacks when his first ability reaches the 2nd stage, and then Dreyfus can seal Dreyfus can seal buffs and debuffs. So therefore the enemy literally cannot go unless they have a cleanse, and not too many people have cleanse. Or at least not too many people have a friendly cleanse. Like, King does have it, and the Elizabeth does have it, the Vitality Elizabeth. But I feel like you're just gonna keep constantly sealing to where it's like the cleanse is just gonna be, and, you know, you can just keep on going with your day. But I do feel like pairing them with the Coin Gauther, that's like a little. I feel like that's a little what. I do feel like pairing them with the Coin Gauther right there is just a lot of synergy, PvE and post PvP wise. Now, granted, in raid, it's only going to work for the red demon because gray demon cannot be debuffed, but I do feel like this character is really good, and like for farms as well. I feel like for farms he can help you a lot, like especially for the dragon one, the blue dragon, when it's blue dragon day. Just have someone that seals attack. There you go, Gallagher, and then he seals the buffs and debuffs. So it's like the dragon literally can't go unless he gets his ultimate as well. So it's just like boom, you know what I'm saying? It's just like an all-in-one kit right there. And then even if the dragon gets his ultimate, most likely you're gonna have Gallagher's ultimate just sitting there, so you can just steal the ultimate. And then if you're rocking Jericho, you know, just bam, kill it with Jericho because of the debuffs. But there's like a lot of different uses that this Dreyfus has, and used in the proper hands of somebody who really knows everything like the back of their hand about this game. I feel like they can really bring out the potential that this Dreyfus has that I keep mentioning. But yes, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are having a great day and that I was able to make your day a little bit better. And I do hope that this was informative and gave you some type of insight on what you guys can do, whether it be PvP or PvE. Once again, my name is Fonte. Peace.